Welcome to the Hedgehog Watchdog. This is a spontaneous 420 special. I'm joined by Greg Baldwin and Ashley Dakota Strand. How are you guys doing on this lovely evening?
Good.
Good. Lovely day where it's not snowing. Is it not snowing out in West River?
Yeah.
It's snowing on and off out here. So
Yeah.
1 second the sun's out and there's no snow on the pavement, and the next second it's blizzard. So
Adam Jewell says, "What up, Adam? You should join us. Don't be shy."
It seems like everywhere around us is snowing. It's not snowing here, but I've had some relatives post yesterday that only live like a couple hours west of us, and they had snow, and then it was snowing up in Aberdeen today.
Mhm.
So
Adam Jewell says, "It's snowing here, Greg. Don't be a dick."
hey, hedgehogs for the children. Watch that language. No, we've been lucky. It was cold though. It was chilly.
So Derek Chauvin, or I think I've been pronouncing his name wrong like this whole time. What, Chauvin, or was it?
I don't know.
You know, he's found guilty on all counts. A couple hours ago.
I think I
So
always
that was
thought
good.
his last name was like it was Chauvin, like chauvinistic.
Oh yeah, Chauvin.
Yeah.
That is it.
A chauvinistic pig or whatever.
Adam Jewell says Wu-Tang is for children.
The hedgehogs. Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah.
Found guilty on all 3 counts today.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to watch it? Yeah, send me a link of something to watch.
Well, I'm just gonna send you this picture today that kind of explains the whole thing. Because it's like he was only found guilty, because oh shoot, that's on my phone. So he was only found guilty because it was recorded.
Yeah.
Had he not been on videotape with all them witnesses around him, you likely wouldn't have saw any charges against the guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Nice.
Hi, Katie.
Oh yes, but this is
I'm jealous of.
So I don't know if you want to show that or not that on screen, but
Yeah.
So that was the Minneapolis Police Department's statement, like the day after the incident when it happened.
Here, just 1 second here. Pulling it up. Yeah, sorry, things are slow. We didn't prepare for any of this. We just we're winging it right now.
Yeah.
It's 420 special.
Adam
Here we go. Okay, cool. We're gonna give Adam the invite link. He's gonna join us. Awesome. It's always good to have 4 people on here. It like fills up the whole screen with friendly faces.
Yeah, so that's the statement that
Greg's.
the police department put out the day after the incident, and you can clearly see how they just labeled it a medical incident.
Mm-hmm.
You should read it for the people who are just listening.
Oh, I suppose. All right. On Monday evening, shortly after 8 p.m., officers from the Minneapolis Police Department responded to the 3700 block of Chicago Avenue South on a report of a forgery in progress. Officers were advised that the suspect was sitting on top of a blue car and appeared to be under the influence. 2 officers arrived and located the suspect, a male believed to be in his 40s, in his car. He was ordered to step from his car. After he got out, he physically resisted officers. Officers were able to get the suspect into handcuffs and noticed he appeared to be suffering medical distress. Officers called for an ambulance. He was transported to the County Medical Center by ambulance, where he died a short time later. At no time were weapons of any type used by anyone involved in this incident. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is called in to investigate this incident. Blah, blah, blah. No officers were injured. Body worn cameras were on. But
Yeah, so basically, what you're saying is right. This would have just been a wash under the table if people weren't, the bystanders didn't get the footage on Facebook to spread around, or Twitter, or wherever they put it.
And it makes you wonder every time somebody's like in police custody, whether that's a jail, a prison, or just a whatever, and they die under these medical conditions. It's like, okay, so what really happened there? You know?
Yeah.
What's up?
There was a recent case where I don't have the link for it, but a man had died in jail. And had actually like basically cooked to death. There was no vents in this holding cell he was in, and nobody had checked on him in like 48 hours. And it was kind of like the whole Epstein case where the jailers like falsified the records and said they were checking on this inmate, and they never even checked on that inmate for like 24 hours, and that inmate died. And it just makes you wonder how many times this stuff happens, before everyone and their dog has a camera in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to watch it real quick again? I don't know. Should I just play it? Here, I'll zoom it on lessons for 10 minutes of it.
Yeah, we want to talk about some weed too, man.
Yeah.
20
Weed, man.
2646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson.
He doesn't even really react hardly.
Same caption, verdict count
I think
2.
he knew this was
We, the jury,
coming.
in the above entitled matter as to count 2.
Yeah.
Third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson.
I just can't believe how
juror
many
19.
people, like, I don't know.
Same caption.
Like, we kind of have a close group or whatever, and if you kind of don't allow outside sources, you kind of get in your own echo chamber or whatever. But
Right.
I read these comments on Facebook, and it's just like, I can't believe how many people think that this guy died of an overdose.
Yeah.
It's like, that amazes me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and one of the things that I keep seeing on Facebook is, up and, even now, is the whole sentiment that's just like, if you didn't resist arrest, these things wouldn't happen. And it's just like, okay, well, if this guy wouldn't have knelt on this guy's neck, then he wouldn't be in jail right now. Like, it goes both ways. No matter how you look at it, it's like, yeah, maybe people shouldn't sit there and fight cops. I get it. Like, you really shouldn't. I mean, as much as, we're all about like fighting against BS laws. The wrong time to do it is when a cop is trying to like put you in handcuffs. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, if there's you and 3 other cops and this guy's unarmed, and your tactic is to kneel on his neck, which isn't a part of training protocol, don't expect me to feel bad for you and think you're a good cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a bunch of bystanders like yelling at him, like they denied him medical access to like the EMTs.
Yeah.
Like there was a ton, it wasn't just a simple. And then, like I say, I just don't get this whole overdose crap, because it's like, what do you mean they overdosed? Like, do you understand how overdoses work?
Well, that, and they were trying to use the defense that, well, maybe it was because his face was so close to the exhaust of the police car that he could have inhaled all the. Yeah. It's just like, well, okay, then maybe you shouldn't have been holding his face near the exhaust of the car either. It's like, no matter what, like, I'm not one of these people that goes out and is just like, yeah, cops suck, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, don't expect me to feel bad for the ones that do their job poorly. Like, they go through extensive training, as they should, and the fact that, like, if you're neglecting the training you're going through to do that, like, this guy was no longer a threat. He was already in cuffs. You can't tell me he was a threat at that point. And that's where it just comes into negligence.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I said a long time ago. It's like at any point, like, you could have picked him up off the ground and put him in the back of a police car, and you never did,
Well, yeah, I would much rather be discussing, like, oh man, they like really threw him in the back of that car, rather than being like, oh, they knelt on his neck and killed the guy because he was like fighting getting in the car when he was already in cuffs. Like, I mean, this could have been a completely different story. Like, it would have been forgot about after a day, because it's like, oh, well, the cop was really rough with me. It's like, okay, well, yeah, that sucks. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I try to be sympathetic on all sides of things, but I just can't do it with this case. Yeah, why is your name Smoke Daddy?
Because it was supposed to be the 420 episode.
Oh.
And we were supposed to be talking about weed.
Hey,
so
we are. Here we go. Here we go. So here's the update. We're going to get a live stream of the Supreme Court oral arguments regarding Amendment A on April 28th. So that should be good to watch.
So just for clarification, they're not fighting the medical part anymore, right?
I think that they're going to – I thought Kristi Noem was going to try to call a special session.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
I
still think we should have went and protested in Pierre today, because
on a
we should have.
Tuesday.
Well, for 420, Or my point
on a Taco Tuesday.
They got a Taco John's in Pierre. Don't worry.
You gotta pick your battles, man.
But we should have put some pressure on the legislature, because it's like, we don't want you to call a special session. The people have spoken already.
Mm-hmm.
We passed that bill by 70% of the vote last November, and we don't need you to waste the taxpayer money calling a special session to fiddle with it, And I think if a couple hundred people showed up, and they would kind of stress that, because right now Noem's just like you guys said, I think Noem's going to call a special session at some point, and we should have just came out proactively against that. It's like, hey, we don't want you to do this,
Says if you go in person, if the first people there get to actually sit in the seating, apparently, in the courtroom when the arguments are heard. Ooh, room 414 in the Capitol, it says, wear a mask.
Wear a mask? No. All right, I was going to go, but...
Yeah. I'm not putting up with this tyranny.
Wear a legalize it mask.
All right, yeah, I think this is one of those situations, and I mean, we've all said it before, where it's like, even if you didn't vote for it, it should still piss you off the fact that, like, it's being fought against. Like, saying, like, hey, even though, like, we passed, or like the voters said what they wanted, we're gonna say no because it's just not in our personal interest. It's like, even if, I mean, I think maybe I'm speaking on your guys' behalf, which is unfair, but like, if a BS law got passed or whatever that the majority of the people of South Dakota passed, even if we disagreed with it, like, I think we'd still be upset if all of a sudden it's like a few select lawmakers are like, no, we're not going to do that just because, we're us and you guys don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see. Daryl says, show up on special session day, exercising the Second Amendment rights at the same time.
That's a good idea.
Weed and guns. What's with you libertarians and weeds and guns all the time?
Although, just to clarify, you cannot show up with your Second Amendment because although Kristi Noem claims to be a proponent of the Second Amendment, she is the one that implemented the whole pat downs and strip searches on the way into.
What if your gun is your face mask?
What do you mean?
Well, just put a Glock right over your face and just be like, all right, you got to pick or choose. Like, I can't bring the gun in or I'm not wearing a face mask. It's got to be up to you. Just put a rubber band around it.
Sounds so safe.
Well, you got to have the safety on. Come on now. Let's use some common sense here.
It's weird. I'm looking for an article where it says that Kristi Noem got rid of the guns in the Capitol, and I can't.
Well, I'm not sure that you could ever have guns in the Capitol, but she
No, dude,
implemented highway
apparently
patrol
you used to.
checkpoints to get into the Capitol. Like you can't walk into the Capitol without going through like a metal detector now, manned by the highway patrol. Which
Yeah,
is
it says
crazy because
you
it's
used
like
to be able to if you notify the highway patrol superintendent at least 24 hours in advance. He's actually one of the people who is suing Amendment A. Like that's the.
So why would you call
Miller
highway
guy.
patrol if you wanted to bring a gun?
I don't know.
That
That was in
chain of command doesn't make
2017
sense.
now. That was in 2017, but the rules have changed because the next article says that location restrictions, and it talks about the state capitol. So, yeah. Here's the article, I guess, from PBS. I'll try to pull that up. But yeah. Daryl says outside while protesting you can, to my knowledge.
probably.
I'm sure it's you have to be so many feet away and
Yeah.
be in certain areas.
Guns were banned. For decades, security at South Dakota's capital and Pierre operated largely on the honor system. So, like, what system is it now if we don't have an honor system, like a dishonorable system? I don't know.
It's the TSA checkpoint system.
TSA checkpoint system. All capital entrances, except for one, have been closed to visitors. Damn. Visitors must pass through a new security screening room, which is outfitted with a walk-through metal detector and x-ray machine. Damn, so we're going to get radiation blasted into us if we want to go to the Capitol now.
So much for
Interesting.
being able to lobby my legislature with an AR-15.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Mercedes says, I got to ask, why in the hell is your name Smoke Daddy, Gregory?
Yeah, we covered that. For
Because he
420.
makes slow cooked meats.
I did smoke a pork roast today, and the wife said that it was possibly the best I had ever done, which
Ooh.
is possibly a compliment,
Yeah.
but it could also be kind of a dig because I've been making them for years.
It's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, so if this is the best that it's ever been, then I've made some shitty
What the hell was that noise?
Somebody have a blender?
It's my furnace.
I got really scared there for a second.
Making
Mercedes
margaritas.
says, get with it, Devin. Yeah, I'm slow. It's 420 special. Some delayed.
Rocking the burger time.
It's burger time.
You know, when I was in Sioux Falls for the convention, the next day when we left, I stopped at Burger Time on my way out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like to support the local businesses instead of the evil corporations.
Oh, well, I went to McDonald's today, so. So I guess we disagree on that.
Corporatist. Capitalist pig.
Hey, man, I'm just supporting what my hunger is. And like a lot of times, it's McDonald's or Burger King.
I just like that cheap food when I used to eat at McDonald's, you know. I don't know
Oh,
what the
that's a
hell
thing.
the meat was, but
Hey, sometimes ignorance is bliss, man.
Mhm.
You know, that's the thing.
So-
Like with Watertown being like a decent sized town, we really don't have a lot for fast food options. It's really like McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, and Taco John's. That's really about it.
you got
I
a
suppose.
Hardee's though. Heck
Yeah, but they're super expensive, man. Like
yeah.
that's like Christmas time when I go out and eat there. It's like a really special occasion.
It's Hardee's nights, kids.
Yeah,
Hardee's night, kids.
just like we set up a tree and just we open it, get gather as a family.
Dude,
So-
I would Hardee's breakfast, loaded omelet, biscuit sandwiches are like the best fucking breakfast sandwich you can get.
Oh, I'm still
Oh,
hooked on McGriddles, man. You gotta enjoy a good McGriddle from McDonald's.
Hardee's will always
That's
kinda
that
be my-
vaccine talking right there.
Hardee's kind of always be my favorite because that's the
Dairy
only
Queen, yeah.
fast food restaurant I've ever worked at. Man, they used to sell the roasts. You could, as an employee, you used to be able to buy the whole roast. It was like $6. That thing was like a 4-pound roast. The manager let me slice it. You take it home, eat roast beef sandwiches for days. That was
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, that's safe. Letting just random people run the meat slicer.
No, I worked there. That's what I'm saying. That was
Oh, okay.
the only fast
I thought
food
you meant
job
like
I ever had.
customers. I thought you meant like customers could walk in
No.
and start using the industrial meat slicer.
No, they used to let you buy it at cost. Whatever Hardee's was paying for it, you could
Gotcha.
buy it. So I could get a big old block of freaking cheese for like $7. Yeah, it was. I used to make the biscuits. I used to have to be there at 5 a.m. and make
Gross.
the biscuits.
Oh, dang.
Man, I have to be at work at 5 a.m. and I don't get to make biscuits. My job sucks.
You probably get paid a little bit better.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of those
Benefit.
fast food places are stepping their game up, man.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah, but we were
people
talking
like
about that.
I was gonna
We
say
were
people
talking-
like to rag on McDonald's, but like I've heard that like if you're a full time employee there, like they actually have good benefits and stuff for like. But
Well, that was the one complaint I was gonna say is that most of these places seems like the pay is going up and stuff, but you hardly ever get benefits.
yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, $12 or $13. Hell, one time we were driving through Madison, and I think it was Madison. Maybe it was DeSmit. And it was like
two
the local
completely
dairy-
different towns.
Yeah, but but it was some small town. Anyway, their Dairy Queen had a sign. They were literally paying $15 an hour.
I lived in Madison for about a year and a half. I wonder if it might have been them because they're a college town, so maybe they're
Yeah.
like
Good. I don't remember, but that was a couple years ago. Even to be honest, I was like, damn, $15 an hour. It was nothing to sneeze at the time.
at a Dairy Queen get for like discounted ice cream when you leave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wish I had some ice cream now.
You got Uber Eats. Well, you live in that.
Yeah, I live out in the middle of nowhere, like Greg.
You can still probably do
You got-
Uber Eats. It's probably just going to cost you a hell of a lot more.
We got a bar in town you can order food from, but that's it.
Yeah.
You guys need to move to real towns and not Sioux Falls, by the way. Sioux Falls still sucks, by the way.
I like living within driving distance of the big town, but I don't like living. I don't want to live in that big town. I couldn't afford my house if I lived in a big town.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the downfall.
Yeah, that's the benefit of living in a small town. I mean, if you are willing to commute to work, and I'm talking, 30 minutes or so, but if you're willing to commute to work, like you can find great deals on real estate.
hmm
Because all these little small farming towns that have been dwindling for the last 50 years, there's houses for sale. There's, unfortunately, people pass away, and, but we bought our house. I think we're coming up on 7, 8 years living here. And it was a bank foreclosure. But
Oh, there you go.
yeah, I could never afford it if it was in a normal town.
I like the convenience of living in a bigger town. Like everything I need is like within 5 to 10 minutes of my house.
Oh, that's what you think Watertown is, a bigger town.
Well, I mean, all right, let's take into account the sizes of most towns in South Dakota that are like 10 people. And then like you got like Rapid City, Sioux Falls.
What about Zoom?
Yeah. Watertown is the home of South Dakota's very first governor, just so you know.
Statist. Creating this state is nothing to be proud of.
Hey, at least we're not North Dakota, right, guys? F those guys.
Wow, there goes half our audience. Thanks, Adam.
But hey, let's admit one thing. Like, we don't live on the fun side of the state like Ashley does. She lives in the better part of the state.
Yes.
Daryl says Clear Lake is much cheaper than Adams Metropolis. Oh,
Clear
hey, Daryl,
Lake.
maybe we
They
can
don't
get
got a whole
Daryl
lot going
on here. Here, I'll put up the StreamYard link. I think I forgot to. There you
Daryl
go.
can tell us how he celebrated
Here.
420.
Yeah.
I put the StreamYard link out. Hopefully we don't get some weird random person
Well, you
calling.
you can control who comes in and out, though, right?
Yeah, I can. It's kind of hard to tell by their names, though, if they're gonna be crazy or.
I have seen
I'm
2
a-
black cats now this whole time during live stream.
Yeah.
That's a deja vu, man. It's the Matrix, bro.
Yeah, it's a glitch in the Matrix, man.
Are you quite done in there? Mine's in his litter box right now. If you hear scratching in the background.
I am in my basement as well, where the litter box is not that far from me, but
Yeah.
luckily my cats aren't down here right now.
What?
Greg,
Show
where's
us
your cat?
Show us your cats, Adam. What the hell?
Well, neither one of them are down here right now.
There's a page on Facebook called Libertarian Cats. Are you guys all on that?
There's a page called Cats and Guns Community, and it's a bunch of people who take pictures of their cats with their guns.
Really?
And, yeah, and it's actually my favorite group now. Here, you know what? Fuck it. Let's look at it. Cats and Guns.
Oh, here's one of them. Come here, kitty, kitty.
Cats and Guns Community.
They never do what you want to do.
It's my wife's cat. I'm looking for my cat. My cat's cooler, but Well, come here. You're picking the dumbest way of getting around.
Oh my god, dude. I love this fucking shit.
Ah,
Yeah,
we go.
this is my life now. Oh,
ooh,
No.
nice, dude.
that's my cat's
Very cat,
butthole
huh?
right there.
Very cat-like.
Yeah. This one's Luna.
What's the butthole's name?
Poops ahoy. I don't know. Never thought about it before. Yeah, I just got off my other live stream and my cat jumped up here and was doing this. So, like, for half the live stream, I just had a cat tail right in front of the camera.
So yeah, what else to talk about? I don't know.
Cats and weed, man. That's what 420 is all about.
Yeah, there was I was gonna try to watch it. There was a live stream tonight, like a watch party with a Cheech and Song Up in Smoke, and then but Cheech and Chong were supposed to be in the live chat. So I was like, well, that kind of sounds cool.
Oh, I got something. You can show that picture that you finally found that you couldn't find when we actually did our podcast on Sunday. There we go.
I sent that to you. Do you want to scroll back through your message?
Yeah, I found it. Greg found the photo of the church surrounded by cops he was talking about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was fake news. I was like, there's no.
Yeah, what was their reasoning for doing that other than just to be assholes?
Trying to arrest people.
Apparently, the church is providing sanctuary for protesters, like old school style, like on Hunchback of Notre Dame. And the cops are like, no, the cops are like the crazy people from the same movie. Yeah.
No,
Here it is. Here it is. Weird.
Yeah. One of the posts I had read before it got deleted, because I think they tried taking all these images and these posts down,
Yeah.
was there was a statement that I had read from the actual church, talking about, I can't remember what all they said, but yeah, I think everything that's going on in Minnesota, it's like, I don't like rioting, or, I don't like the looting or burning of businesses or anything like that. Like, I'm against that. But on the other side, you got to kind of look at the tyranny that's on full display for everyone to see.
Yeah.
They're Mason reporters, they're arresting reporters, there were talks about signal jammers. I mean, you haven't really seen a whole lot of live footage of anything.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah, what's that? That one unicorn ride or whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't see a whole lot of them.
No.
They're like every protest somehow right away. They're like on
Yeah,
the ball, dude.
They got that shit locked down.
They do.
That's why I think they're in cahoots with all social media, because it's almost like, even if they had signal jammers, people could still record with their phone, right?
Yeah,
so
they
even
can put it up later.
yeah, like 2 days later, you'd be coming up across these videos. So it's kind of weird that you don't. And like with that church photo, it's really weird. Like, I saw that, and then like it was deleted off of social media, and then all of a sudden, enough people had taken screenshots and pictures of it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, another thing I was gonna point out too is a lot of the I'll call them right wing commenters on Facebook. They're like, oh, you don't have a right to resist against police, and you don't have a right to protest and riot and this and that. And you see a lot of conservative states coming up with these riot boosting bills and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, when the shoe's on the other foot, like it was on January 6th, when you guys are protesting and you guys are rioting, like, you're going to see the effects of these laws, that restrict all of our rights to protest,
Yeah, that's been the thing, like with every like law or politician, is that like sorry, I've been losing my voice. For example, like
ever since you got that vaccine?
Ever since I got the vaccine.
You've been losing your voice?
That, and like I keep seeing things like that aren't there.
Blood clots.
I haven't had that thirst for a White Claw in a while, which is really odd. No. No, now I lost my train of thought. The whole like everybody like complained about like, oh well, Donald Trump is like being a dictator and stuff, which he was, but it's like all that power didn't come from just him. He was utilizing the shit that like was there before him, and now he gave himself even more power or whatever when he was in office. Now people are like, oh, thank God Joe Biden's. And it's like, well, now he has that same amount of shit. It's it's the same thing with any law. It's like, oh, we're passing these laws because we don't want the liberals doing this. Well, it's like, well, that shit can go the same way, So it's just like, instead of passing these laws, get rid of some of them, because then like we're not. I mean, they're really just band-aids to try to protect one side during a certain time period, rather than just being like something that like
Principle.
helps everything. Yeah, yeah, it's not principle.
Yeah.
Daryl says, I still have a film camera. Jam that.
Well,
Nice.
good luck uploading that to the cloud.
Yeah. He's like, does anybody still got a scanner that I can upload my picture to?
My reel-to-reel I got.
Gonna come burn a DVD at your house, Greg.
Oh, man, I remember.
Says,
I
I
was
knew
just
my
gonna-
protesting came from somewhere. Thanks a lot, Greg.
You said burning DVDs. I remember I was real big into that for a while. I was a big pirate. we used to go to that Red Box or whatever, rent like a bunch of movies, take them home. We wouldn't even watch them. We just burn them and then watch them later.
Not,
Rebel.
is what I do now, and it's not even remotely.
You're
close
the
to same
reason
thing.
Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore, Greg.
Thanks
Way
a
to
lot,
be.
Greg.
I don't know.
Ruining my Friday nights.
I didn't want to
Those
pay
memories
$5 a
gone.
video.
So my dad and my stepmom, they're like old. So like whenever they want to watch a movie, they just go buy the Blu-rays or whatever. Like they don't do any streaming. Well, they have recently. They have recently got into Netflix, but like anytime they wanted to watch a movie, they would just go buy the Blu-ray. Well, now like with the Blu-rays, they come with like the obviously the disc and then like the digital code. So like
Yeah.
I would take their digital code from them because I always watch the movies online. So I would just take that little slip out of their cases and be like, well, you can watch it on disc. I'm gonna watch it online.
Yeah, how funny is that? I think everyone used to do it, 10, 20 years ago, where everyone collected DVDs, right? Like your prize room
Yeah.
was like, you had like a couple
I've got all
bookcases.
3 Matrix movies, special editions.
You got like 3
Behind the
bookcases
scenes.
full of DVDs, and then now it's like that's kind of all useless, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just think about how much money I wasted, like during my high school years, like with like between like CDs and like the movies that I bought, and now it's like, well, I just have a subscription to Amazon Music and Netflix, like, and now I have basically everything I want to watch. Anyways, it's like cool. I have about $1,000 worth of discs sitting around somewhere, and now it's like I could throw it in the garbage and it wouldn't affect my life at all.
Yeah.
They did come in handy a couple weeks ago. We had the internet went out overnight. Internet and the cable. So I was like, all right, I got to bust out a DVD.
Yeah.
You know what I watched? I watched Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Man,
remember that? Yeah.
This sounds like a bad choice.
Oh no. It's great.
You don't really have much choice with DVDs. I got DVDs for when my internet goes out too.
Yeah.
When my power goes out, like I think I just go to bed because I'm just like, there's no point in being awake right now. My technology is useless.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I remember when text messages cost 10 cents each. That was back in the DVD days.
I mean, if we want to talk about old phone crap, I actually had a job when I was 17 years old selling long distance for MCI WorldCom. And the big deal was 5-cent Sundays, which means you could make long distance phone calls for 5 cents on Sundays, because any other time of the fucking week, the shit was like 25 cents a minute. And now we get it free with our phone. Our cell
I remember,
phone,
what was it, late 90s, those commercials would be like, you can't get anything for $1 anymore. And then they'd be like, you can make a 10-minute long distance phone call with 10-10-220.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that was part of that. They own that. That was part of their deal. Yeah. Yeah. What was it? Terry Bradshaw was in these dollar commercials where it was like, 10 minutes for $1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, my grandma still to this day, like when you call her, like she thinks the phone call is expensive, so she's trying to get you off the phone like as fast as possible. It's like, oh, like you're basically past, hey, how's it going, Grandma? And she's like, oh, well, thanks for calling. I don't want to keep you on the line. It's like, Grandma, it's free. It's free.
Yeah. Well, I mean even now data's starting to go that way with cell phones. Like right now you pay for like your speeds and stuff, but really it's going to turn into a thing where it's just going to be standard because people are just going to expect it. Yeah. And so, I mean, like our kids are going to be like making fun of that shit. They'll be like, "Wait, you still have to pay for data? That's messed up."
We're actually a little bit spoiled here in the Midwest because, like, for me, probably the same with you guys. Like when I pay for my internet, I just pay for internet, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's unlimited, right? But you get to some of these bigger cities on like the coasts and stuff, and that's not how that works. Mm. That shit is like your cell phone plan where you get a certain amount of data or megabytes or upload downloads or whatever per month, and that's it. Yeah. And it's like, damn, dude, what? You're paying for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically like paying per minute for a phone call. It's like nobody pays per minute for a phone call. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, even in some of the small towns in South Dakota, like when I lived in Florence for that short bit, like the bigger providers like Midco and Mid-Continent or whatever didn't go to the small towns. So you had to go through like, what was it? The ITC was the one. Well, they made you sign up for like a phone and cable and internet. It's just like, oh, come on. I'm like, I'm not going to use, I'm like, who still has a landline other than like businesses? What's the point? Yeah. I'm like, if a phone rang in my house, I would freak out because I wouldn't know, like, be like, who the hell is calling me?
Oh, we got another joiner. We got Tara Volsky. Tara.
Hello, Tara.
No, I just got on 420. I was.
There you go.
I was doing some research and I was watching Kennedy on Fox News channel.
Ooh,
the Libertarian. Do you guys watch her? Anyway, she
when Spike Cohen's on.
What?
Yeah, when Spike Cohen's on. Spike Cohen's on
the
show.
She has him on quite a bit. But anyway, she had this guy on tonight, and he went to prison. He was sentenced for 55 years for selling $950 worth of marijuana. Okay. Well, he got out. He's got 2 boys. And I mean, total ridiculous. I mean, the hypocrisy is just beyond the pale. But yet you can have a glass of wine or drink a few beers and not go to prison. Mm-hmm. You know, the difference between marijuana, I don't even smoke marijuana. I've tried it a few times. You could give me a whole pan of brownies, marijuana brown. It wouldn't do anything to me. I'm totally immune to it.
Sounds like a challenge.
You haven't tried the right strain yet, Tara.
What? No, I'm serious. I have never been able to get high. Like, okay, my mother, I'm from Mobile, South Dakota, and my mother was a substitute teacher, and, the kids would just give her a really bad time because she could really relate to kids, and they loved her and everything. And this was back in like 1977, 78, and somebody put a marijuana cigarette in her desk with a note that said, smoke marijuana or get high, Mrs. Batchelor. That's her name. That's my maiden name. And so she read that note and she's like, oh, he said, I don't get high. I don't have to get high on marijuana. I get high on life. Everybody laughed, but whatever. But I just think it's so ridiculous that marijuana, that our governor of South Dakota is so ridiculous. I mean, stupid. She's doing this all for, trying to I don't even. Who's writing her
Protecting
tweet?
South Dakota values.
Who's writing her
Protecting
tweet?
South Dakota values.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, she's no, well, yeah.
Well, that's what she
South Dakota.
thinks. That's
What
what
are
she
her
thinks.
values?
you
Her
know.
values sure aren't in South Dakota because she's never here. She's all, her values is the almighty dollar bill and trying to promote, to gain national profile so that she can be Trump's running mate.
Yep.
And if I'm telling you, if he chooses her, so help me, it's ridiculous.
She just
think
misses
she's-
partying it up in DC.
Yeah, she's gonna run for
well,
something.
I think she's back down in Florida again. She was there a week ago. Now she's back down there again. Crazy.
Here's the
Well,
latest
I mean,
unknown.
Why do you think
Argus
she wanted
leader.
the $5 million plane? But anyway,
Nope
guys.
says that prayer breakfast stop being offended by each other. I think that's ironic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Quit being
really?
offended by marijuana, idiot.
Oh my God.
She was just
Maybe
offended
she
about
ought to
a
be-
shoe.
Yeah. She
Mhm.
better quit speaking about herself because she's the one that gets offended by all these things and the transgender deal and the the hypocrisy. Okay, I
Yeah.
like a transgender bill, you guys. Okay, so government should stay totally out of it. It's not a problem in South Dakota. It never has been. Probably never will be. And it should be handled if there is a case, maybe there was once, twice. It should be handled probably between the coach, the parents, and the school board. Not state government, right? Am I right? Is that libertarian or what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm for
do I pass?
privatizing everything. So
Right, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. Why I spoke out on this, and I got blocked from the primary John Thune Facebook page.
Congrats.
I've been blocked on the South Dakota War College now for about a year and a half. But he put me back on now because I said that I was canceled from the primary John Thune Facebook page. I thought, okay, I better make a comment here.
So who's going to run against John Thune then?
Well, that the one so far that announced is Bruce Whalen, but I'm telling you, they're all going to get slaughtered. I mean, they're going to have a chance because
It's almost impossible to get rid of
in the primary. They will be canceled because the media and the South Dakota GOP, they always support the incumbent.
Yeah.
And anybody, I mean, Jesus Christ could come and run against John Thune. They won't support him. But
Plus, I don't know what Thune's got, but I guarantee he's probably got $1 million to spend.
Yeah.
You know?
$1
He's got
million?
more money.
Probably about 14 million.
Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm sure he's got a lot. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's got so much. But the thing is, South Dakota is such a small state. We're about 870,000 people. Okay, and then you got social media, and I'm sure everybody's watching you guys tonight. Are we? Are there a couple 100,000 watching tonight, Devin?
I think we just hit $1 million.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah,
But
we got 1,000,007. That's why I had to
a
start
lot of people
over.
are social media. This space not that big. People talk. Why do you have
Hey,
to run?
it says we got 6 people watching on Facebook, and we got 5 people in the group. So shit,
Really?
11
Okay.
people.
Well, you know what? I'll share it. Then we'll have maybe 600. But last time 3 years ago when I ran for mayor, I would do these YouTubes, and I would get like literally thousands. A couple of them were like 11,000, 13,000, 17,000 something was the most that picked up my YouTube because I just do stupid stuff. And I mean, I went to Sioux Falls and I was in Harrisburg, went to a restaurant, and this gal waited on us, a friend of mine, and I went to this restaurant, and she goes, "Oh my God, are you from Mitchell?" I said, "Yeah." "Did you run for mayor?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh my gosh, I watch your YouTubes." I haven't done one forever. Well, maybe a week.
13,000 is pretty good.
17,000. I
17,000.
did it on the
that's pretty
lake
good.
with the algae problem. So I took some green stuff and I made a LG. I said I was doing an LG Slurpee or an LG smoothie,
Ugh.
and it was fake. But I hope people didn't like try it because it probably end up getting poisoned. But whatever. But anyway, no, you guys get back. I'm gonna go. I just wanted to come on because I assume you're talking about marijuana, correct?
We were
Yep.
trying.
Okay, I just tuned in and I heard it and it triggered me. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna see if I can get on here. But listen, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a great conversation. Have a nice evening.
All right.
And we'll talk to you
Thanks for
later.
joining
All
us.
right. Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Now,
Speaking
Oh,
of
Sarah.
speaking of algae or drinking algae, did you see where some, I don't remember which company it was, but some local beer maker in Sioux Falls is going to start making beer out of the river water,
Gross.
the
Yeah.
Sioux River water? It's like, what?
Ooh.
Yee.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good marketing gimmick.
No.
But
yeah.
somebody commented and said, well, you know, a lot of people don't realize that a couple times a year you're actually drinking river water fresh out of the tap. And it's like, I bet those people realize it. A couple times a year.
Yeah, there's a time that you crack, like when you drink your water and you're like, mm.
Yeah, for sure. Like I drink tap water. My wife drinks bottled water. She hates tap water, but I drink tap water.
Mhm.
But even my tap water, shit, it was a month or two ago. I don't know what was up with it, but yeah, I could tell there was something funky about it, you know. So yeah, I'm guessing those people know when they're drinking that river
Probably.
water. It's like right upstream from John Morales or Smithfield or whatever that is, you know.
Hey, if you got bacon flavored water, man, I mean, that's pretty cool.
I bought a bacon soda one time as a joke. They make it. It's called bacon soda. That was the most disgusting fucking thing I ever drank. It's disgusting.
They have some weird, that company has some weird flavors. They have a Christmas tree one that I actually really like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I chew on pine needles when I go hunting and stuff, so it reminds me of that. And gin.
Nice.
You know, it's funny, like when I first turned 21, I went out to drink with my coworkers at the time, and my boss, he ordered a gin and tonic. And I'm like, what's that even taste like? He's like, it tastes like a pine tree.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you know what a pine tree tastes like? He's like, try a sip and you'll understand. And so I try to drink, you know, a sip of the gin and tonic. I'm like, this is exactly what I think a tree would taste like.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
What's your favorite drink, Adam?
Well, you'd already know what it is. It's White Claw. my
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it changed after the vaccine incident or not.
Nah. You know, I almost feel.
What was it before you had your first White Claw?
I always like to try different types of beer. I still like to try different types of beer, but I mean, if I was just like drinking
It
just
shows.
to drink, I'd usually drink like a Bud Light, but like Alaskan Amber's really good.
Yeah.
Sam Adams, Sunrail. A lot of the Sam Adams are pretty good.
Daryl Root says, I've done pine needle tea.
Oh, is that what you crazy kids call it
Nice,
nowadays,
dude.
Daryl?
It sounds like some Survivor Man stuff, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Bear Grylls did that at one point. It has a lot of vitamin C in it, according to him.
Nice. I've been watching Survivor Man hardcore lately. I don't know why. I just got into the grind.
I heard
used to watch it a
Survivor
while ago.
Man's more legit than Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
Because like someone
Who's
said
Bear
that he
Grylls?
like
Bear Grylls is
Is he the
Man
competitor?
versus
to-
Wild.
yeah, Man versus Wild. There's
Okay.
there's actually a disclaimer at the beginning of the show, if you pause to read it, that says that they just put him in situations and make him show you how he would get out of it or how he would survive. But he's like, he did an episode where he came to South Dakota. He was in the Badlands.
Yeah.
And he was standing somewhere that, like, if you know the Badlands well enough, you know that there's a highway directly behind the cameraman. the whole time. So,
Wow,
mhm.
what a fraud.
Who's that?
Yeah,
I missed that. I was in the
Bear
bathroom.
Bear
Grylls.
we're
Grylls.
talking about
Uh,
survival.
He also
gurus.
drinks his own pee way more than necessary. So
He's like,
there's
hey,
that.
you guys want to see this? It's like, not really. He's like,
I
I'm going to do it
know.
anyways.
No, we don't.
I saw on
that's
that Disney
pretty,
It's
Plus.
not good for you either.
That Disney Plus, he had a Bear Girls had a show where he took some celebrity out to the wilderness every week or something. It was kind of weird. So I mean, it was kind of
I saw
interesting.
that. That was kind of that was weird. That was this Les Stroud. Yeah, when Les Stroud drank his own pee, get this though, he like put it like in a cup and like let the sun evaporate it out, and then he had like it drained into another cup where it was just like evaporated water. Like, come on, dude, that guy's the real deal. Like, who the hell actually drinks their own urine unless they like process it first? Like,
Well,
Well,
isn't it bad for you because you're not
Yeah.
actually getting any hydration out of it?
it's got all the toxins that your
Yeah,
body's
it's
trying
got,
to push
like,
out, and
all
it's
your
got a ton of
toxins,
soda. It's not any better than drinking ocean water when you're dehydrated.
Ugh.
It's just going to make you worse, and it's going to make your kidneys have to work harder because there's going to be twice the toxins in your body for it to process.
Daryl says, I've done quite a few survival methods over the years. Nice.
All right,
If
weird
I was
flex, but
younger,
okay.
I'd want to be on Alone. That's the show that got me hooked on the survival
Alone's
stuff.
great. Alone's great.
Greg
yeah.
showed it to me one day, and I was so hooked. I watched like every season back to back. I was like, oh my God. Now I think I could do what they're doing somehow, even though it lasts like 3 days tops.
See,
I would
problem-
just die right away.
My problem is I don't really like killing anything, so it's like I don't know how that would work. Because you got to kill shit to eat.
Yeah.
Dude, you could just go fishing the whole time like some of them do. Like, fish don't have feelings.
My thing is like I always know in an emergency situation, it's like I'll do what I have to survive, but I don't know. I just don't. I'm not a hunter.
I
No.
wouldn't bother
Yeah.
me.
I tried hunting with my father-in-law one time, and I didn't find
A
it
lot
fun
of
at all.
walking. Lot
Yeah,
of walking,
it's a bunch of both.
cold.
Yeah. Then I found out I was like a terrible shot too, so I'm like, yeah, this just isn't me.
I think you can look at mine and Adam's body types and say they like to go to the grocery store.
Hell, even that's a stretch. I like to go through drive-throughs, man.
Dale Root says, by the way, in an emergency, urine is an antiseptic. Nice, dude. Everybody out there is listening, stuck in a survival situation. Remember
Anyone
that.
out there facing life or death and decided to tune into the Hedgehog Watchdog podcast,
Yeah,
like
dude,
you're in luck.
You just got stung by a jellyfish, dude. Just urine. You got this. Anybody out in South Dakota, like right now, being stung by a jellyfish?
I had one in a tank and I just reached in. I still think I'd rather go to the hospital than have someone pee on me. I'd be like, hey, I'll take my chances. Let's just see how fast we can get there. Like, do not pee
Yeah,
on
then
me
the
yet.
doctor's like, we're gonna have to take your leg. You should have had someone pee on you before you got here, man.
Like, you win some, you lose some, but I ain't having nobody pee on me. Well, it all depends. Like, who are you gonna have pee on you? Because, like, say like it was like me and my, well, yeah, like say if it was me and my wife, I'd be like, that's gonna ruin so much, like in our relationship. I'd be like, remember that time you peed on me? Like, big, take the leg because I don't want this to be a thing. Like, it'd just be awkward for the rest of forever, man.
Come on, Adam. That's real love when she pees
No,
on
man,
you.
I'm.
So my jellyfish. That's true love right there.
No, there's certain things that are just sacred, man. And bathroom time and bathroom duties are the things that we keep in our personal lives. It's just the way it is. I don't want anyone peeing on me. Unless it's R. Kelly because he's famous.
I was gonna say.
Like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah. So What else is new?
What a weird segue. So speaking of getting peed on, what else is new, guys?
Yeah, I'm just trying to talk about survival stuff, and everyone wants to talk about pee all of a sudden.
It's a part of survival, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to pee. You need to see if you can utilize that pee. I'm pretty sure you brought it up.
No, did I?
Maybe.
No
I don't know.
way, dude.
That was so long ago now.
Man, I don't know what to do with my fucking straw.
Oh yeah,
I
so
know.
I was gonna
Okay.
ask this question. So, do you think if the feds ever get off their ass and legalize cannabis, that 420 will become an official national holiday?
Doubt it.
Hope so. But I doubt it,
It's not already.
yeah.
Officially, no. No, and then yeah, if you ask for the day off, you're gonna get dirty looks.
Yeah.
But man, I tell you what, I haven't done it, but we looked at it a couple years ago. You know, ever since Colorado legalized cannabis on 420, they've been holding like cannabis cups. Man,
Wow.
how awesome would that be to go sometime?
Mhm.
But then again, people like go crazy over St. Patrick's Day. You know, everybody's just going to go get shit faced on St. Patrick's Day. So, 420, just let people get high. It's just whatever. Don't make a deal out of it. Everyone wears green and drinks beer on St. Patrick's Day. Everybody can wear green and get high on 420.
Yeah.
Just take the next day off. It's cool. I don't know. I've never been high. Do you feel weird the next day?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
What you wake up
That's
well
alcohol.
rested, well rested, and possibly hungry.
Man, that's basically where I'm at now, except for not the well rested part.
I always think that's crazy. I've met a few people before. I used to work with this guy a couple years ago. He was a farm boy from Nebraska, and his brother was a cop and whatever. And, I don't always tell people my personal business, obviously, but we become friends. We're talking, blah blah blah. And he somehow tells me he's never even smoked pot. And I just always kind of think that's a little bit crazy. It's like, what do you fucking mean, dude? Like, seriously? Like, where did you grow up? Did you not have friends? Like, what? You were never exposed to culture? I mean, like, at all? Like, you drank a beer before, right? I mean, like, how could you even know you don't like something? You never even tried it. For all you know, you're missing out on the fucking greatest thing you've never had, I don't know. I mean, hey, look, whatever's your choice is your choice, but I don't know. I guess I grew up and I was exposed to it young, early. 12 years old was the first time I ever tried that stuff. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing. But
Nice
if you're 25 and you've never it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Man, I'm 32 and I never I've been around it plenty of times, but never partake myself. Not yet, anyways.
Once it's legal, huh?
Yeah, then it's gonna be a matter of deciding if I can get into trouble at work for it. So, and then I have to balance that out. I drive a forklift a lot, so
yeah.
Just eat some of Tara's brownies. Apparently, they don't get
apparently they're.
Well, yeah, I don't know. What else?
Well, what's your predictions? You think the Supreme Court's gonna uphold the original judge and say it's unconstitutional, or you think we're gonna have legal weed?
I'm emo, so I'm gonna say so they're gonna uphold the previous ruling.
Yeah.
Piss off everybody.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I feel the same way about it.
I don't feel a
I would
lot of
be really
confidence. I have like zero confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then again,
Ooh,
I was
I'm fucking depressed now, guys.
I know.
I was
Taylor's
half,
birthday. It sucks, man.
You
I was half
guys couldn't
expecting
even just
today
lie
that
to me. Couldn't even tell me what I wanted to hear. No.
I was half expecting Chauvin to be acquitted today too, but I was surprised that he wasn't. So you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe South Dakota will surprise us too.
Yeah.
I was surprised he was convicted on all 3 counts. That was kind of crazy.
Well,
Mhm.
my wife was asking me. She's just like, "How can you get convicted in all 3?" Because like she knows that I listen to all these like true crime podcasts and shit, and like always like listening to stuff about murders and stuff. So she's like, "How does that even work?" And I'm like, "Well, because technically he's guilty of all 3." I'm like, "It's
Mhm.
not that uncommon." I'm like, "The only reason it wasn't first degree is because it wasn't premeditated." But I'm like, second degree and third degree is all like, even if it's reckless or involuntary, that's what it comes down to. Because I know in the very beginning they wanted to try him for first degree. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing they could do because he will not get convicted on first degree at all.
Well, that's why I thought they had 3 charges, because sometimes you see that where they'll charge them like they'll give the jury multiple options. They'll say
Yeah.
you can convict on this, this, or this. And so I was kind of thinking that that's what that was. It's like, well, you charge them with 3 because you know one of them is gonna stick, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, so I didn't really think all 3 were gonna. But whatever, I don't feel sorry for him.
So,
However, I don't think he's going to get a super long sentence either, because they're already saying that in Minnesota, they have like minimums and maximums or whatever. And they said they usually don't do the maximum on people that have clean records, and they said he doesn't have a record, so they're going to use that as an excuse to give him a much more lenient sentence. Like, he's still going to be in prison for some years, but I would doubt he spends the rest of his life in prison.
yeah.
And that's going to become a problem too, because then that's going to be the next thing people are going to get pissed about, as they should. But that's where I expect the next problem to be, is that he's going to get a pretty light sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know about that. What?
You know about it.
No, I said I don't know. I don't know enough about that. I do know Minnesota, like they don't have like automatic parole, where so you like have to go see a parole board. So there's always a possibility that they just keep you in there.
Mhm.
Like I remember, they kind of made a big case about it. There's like a sex offender that went in and like has never been released because they just keep denying him parole, even though he wasn't sentenced to life in prison. They just keep denying him release.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's kind of weird. I don't know. Then you also got to run into a cop in prison. Maybe he doesn't make it out of there anyways. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know the situation.
Daryl
Joe
Root
Root says, I read the comments, Adam.
I'm sorry, okay? Jeez, I'm used to doing this on my other live stream, all right?
I heard
Oh,
8 to
shit.
12 years is likely. Yeah.
Yes, Daryl. I heard 8 to 12 years is likely. I mean, Devin, just you need to react a little bit quicker, okay? Like, I shouldn't have to do this for you. Come on now.
We're impaired. You said you're not.
You can come on my live stream one of these days, Devin, and you can read the comments. I don't care.
I'm holding you to it.
All right. If you want
do
to
you
talk
guys
about
think-
underwater stuff.
I'm pretty good at it, I think.
You guys should have totally. You said you had an episode tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, like I got done and then literally jumped right onto this. I was just gonna go to bed, but I'm like, hang out with these guys.
totally did a weed episode. I saw an episode. I saw a thing one time that there's this place down in South America. It's like this unique situation where cannabis actually grows underwater.
Weird.
Because it's like it's some geothermal hot pocket where there's activity right there, and carbon is being released into the water, and so like I don't know how it works, but like it's totally a real thing, dude.
Man, you could like market that so like good. Just be like, listen, this is aquatic marijuana. Like this is the shit that like sharks get high off of.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Octopi. Devin, could you look up the plural for that, please?
Yeah.
Octopeepees.
Pretty sure that's not it. If it was, I would have known about it in grade school, man, and I would have just rolled with that all the time. Any chance to say a goofy word in grade school, I was about that.
Roads.
In like in first or second grade, I did like a book report about an animal called the blue-footed booby because I just wanted to be able to say booby in front of my classmates.
Is that a monkey?
No, they're like little penguins, kind of.
No.
Okay, let's finally resolve the octopuses versus octopi debate. Cephalopods. Okay, maybe
That's just opening up a whole new can of worms. Octopods,
Okay.
octopi, octopuses.
Oh my god! So nobody knows, dude. It's undecided. There's like 3 different ways you can say it.
Octopodes does not.
But for
seem
grammar Nazis, it's octopuses, which kind of sounds weird, but whatever. How come we? Yeah, like cactus. We don't say cactuses. There we go. I'm gonna say octopi because it kind of sounds like food. For future reference for myself.
I don't like calamari.
Like, I'm gonna bookmark this for later.
You guys ever eat octopus calamari? I don't.
Gross. Don't be weird.
Yeah. Nah, it just tastes like rubber.
It just has to be cooked right. If they cook it wrong, it's too tough. But
Yeah.
it can be tender and it can taste good.
Huh. Well, I
It's
guess
just-
I've never had
You live
it
in South
that
Dakota. If you've eaten it in South Dakota, that's probably your problem.
way. Yeah, it's like rubber. Yeah, it's tough every time I ever. Usually, if I've ever had it, it was like it's either breaded, like, or it's like on
Just
a
like the
buffet
rings.
somewhere or something.
Yeah.
In one of our upcoming live streams, we're gonna do an episode where we eat like a bunch of like really weird seafood things. Like we're gonna order a bunch of stuff, but I found that like they have like squid jerky that I'm gonna order and try that.
Yeah.
I hate seafood. Like I cannot eat seafood at all, and I'm gonna eat a bunch of it. Like probably like seaweed chips and stuff like that.
Nice.
But yeah, I had heard that before too. That if you don't like what Ashley was saying, if like octopus is cooked right, it's actually pretty good. But it's almost like really difficult to find like well cooked. Like even like perfectly cooked stuff. I don't know if I would do it.
Yeah. Yeah. There is actually there's a place here in town that does where they cook in front of you. What is that called?
Hibachi?
Japanese place. Yeah. Yep. That they have really good squid. They'll make you like a steak of it. And
really?
Yeah. And that's what I always get there.
Oh,
Like, so they throw like a raw squid out there, and like you're like, oh man, this is
It's
gonna be
just
awesome.
it's just like a square of it that they throw on the grill. So no tentacles.
No.
You don't even have to see the tentacly part.
I guess one of the other things that creeps me out about that is you see like the Japanese ones where they're still eating them to where like the tentacles are like still moving,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, ew.
And that's why we have COVID. Granted, that was in China, but still. There's a certain limit that's just like, all right, let's quit messing with the food. Like, let's just quit being gross.
Squid. Garrett Baldwin says, I've had squid jerky before. A friend of mine originally from Hawaii had me try it. Not a fan.
Thanks. Now I'm really looking forward to it.
Kayla Grasshorn says, I did in Alabama. It's weird. Yeah, we don't eat that stuff in South Dakota.
No, we do chislick.
Chislick, yeah.
Yes.
Cheese curds.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Gross. Nope. Draw the line there.
Wow, Greg, we're
Oh,
having a
come on.
good thing going here. You just ruined it, man.
Yeah.
Classic
You-
after branding snack. Come on, guys.
Yeah, if you eat a octopus, you can eat some Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yep. I'm not doing either one of those things, man. Like, sorry, there's no way you can dress up a testicle and get me to eat it. It's just,
They have a place down here, a buffet place that it's the first weekend of the month. Every month they've got it on the buffet, and I'm not gonna say I'd really go out of my way to eat it like it's a great thing or nothing, but I mean it ain't bad if it's prepared right. Shit, it ain't bad.
Mhm.
they're like, people go nuts for, well, they actually call them like nut feeds up here. So it's like,
Yep.
people go crazy. They're just like, oh man, yeah, we're gonna go to this bar. They're having a nut feed. It's gonna be amazing. I'm like, nobody should be that excited.
How come we don't
About
have
that.
How come we don't have like a ball fest in South Dakota?
Because it's South
Ball
Dakota and
fest.
we have a bunch of homophobes
Ball
for
fest,
one.
yeah.
And like, they're like, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, let's do a libertarian ball fest where we'll just like get testicles from so many different animals and just deep fry it and then like just make it our
Yeah.
thing.
Actually, they do this thing. I keep seeing it every year
Right,
on
Devin?
the news. They do this thing. I think it's in Brandon. They do it every year. It's like the hunters feed, and everyone brings in like random food. So there's just like tons of stuff on the menu. You know, whether it's deer or alligator or buffalo, whatever. It's just kind of
Bald
this
eagle.
community thing. Yeah, it could be bald eagle. They're not going to tell you.
Legally.
It always sounds fun. I
Legally,
never
this
went
is
to it,
okay.
but
Would you
Daryl,
guys
side
eat a
note,
bald
Ball
eagle?
Fest. I bet it's really gamey.
Probably.
You know, it tastes like freedom.
No, I bet it tastes like, I don't know, like I said, just really gamey. Like, I can only do so much deer before, like, I'm like, this is gross. Like, I don't mind deer meat a lot of times, but, like, if I have too much of it, I can start to taste, like...
corn.
Do you ever wonder why they don't sell eagle meat on the black market?
I don't know. Is this something you sit up and think about a lot, Devin? Or?
Yeah, dude. Because I want some exotic meats sometimes.
Devin's going on the dark web. Going on the dark web. That's why he's so into crypto, because he's trying to save up his bitcoins to buy bald eagle meat.
Yeah.
It's not good. You get caught selling eagle feathers, and that's it's a federal offense.
That's so dumb. I mean, I get it. Like, it's the national bird, whatever. But 15 years
We
prison time.
shoot our state bird. We eat our state bird. Nobody has a problem with that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a stupid bird. Well, it is. It's a dumb bird. It's the rodents of birds.
It's like
Pheasants
the
are
next
so
dodo
stupid.
bird.
Pheasants are deer of the bird community. They're just like, oh, there's a truck. I'm gonna run out in front of it real quick. I hate pheasants.
I don't mind peasants. They're commies, though. They're Chinese.
Hey, I
birds.
was a little upset that when you guys were doing the live stream about a month ago with Harlos, when it was before the convention, that you didn't ask her my question of like, what does she think about the state bird being a pheasant when birds aren't real? You guys
Oh.
never asked her that question because she's all about how birds aren't real.
Oh, is she?
I know it's like, obviously jokingly humorous, but yeah, she had like a bunch of those like birds aren't real stickers and stuff.
Mhm. They aren't,
Yeah,
Adam. Have
sometimes I
you ever
miss
seen a
questions.
baby pigeon?
Have you ever seen baby pigeons?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've seen a full-grown pigeon in person.
Well, if birds aren't real, then I'm sitting here buying bird feed for fucking federal agents.
Yeah. Sadist.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
feeding the government.
And you're the chairman of our party. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Move to remove the chair.
Yeah.
Censor him.
Yeah, get the rest of XCOM on here because we have to make a vote right now.
I'm feeding birds.
Like, I'm pretty sure this is a direct violation of the Fourth Amendment. And like Greg Baldwin, he's like just feeding federal agents at his house.
Yeah, that definitely violates the libertarian Bible.
Yep.
All right, that's it. I gotta go.
Before I get in more trouble, yeah, it's 10 o'clock and technically I haven't ate supper yet, so I'm gonna jump off of here too. Hey, thanks for letting me come on, guys.
Thanks for coming on.
Man. Birds are real.
Birds are real.
Yep. The Earth is not flat.
Okay, so let's continue that on a different episode. See you guys.
See ya.
See, what do you think? Should we call it a night there?
Anyone have any last minute thoughts on marijuana?
No thoughts. But since we got some people watching, it's a good reminder for Freedom Fest, July 21st through 24th. We're gonna be there. Justin Amash and Joe Jorgensen are gonna be there. You get $100 off your ticket with the code FF21LPSD.
And buy some freaking pink coin.
Yeah, this episode is sponsored by
surging. It's surging in price.
If you like our content, subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Hedgehog Watchdog. Check us out on the Free Speech Media Network on Trovo, Facebook, and DLive. There we go. I don't know if I missed anything. We got some comments. I get the family discount, right, Greg? Go, Greg. Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, who's that? I don't even know that.
Garrett says bye. This episode turned into the Emerald Legacy edition, not the pod edition. Yeah, that's what all happens when Adam joins. Messes everything up.
Yeah, you get a couple fat guys in the room, and next thing you know, we're talking about food. That's what happens.
But yeah, next Sunday, or this Sunday, we'll have a George Hendrickson on, right? 2018 U.S. House candidate for Libertarian Party. We're probably going to talk about cannabis stuff, that whole episode, and should be a good time. So yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thanks for coming on, Ashley.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Ashley.
Yeah.
Do you have any final words, Ashley?
Thanks for doing a show. I got all pretty and
Yeah.
put my green eyeshadow on.
This is Greg and I's favorite pastime now. All right, see you this Sunday.